Hi, welcome sa second part ng ating item analysis video. So, today, using real statistics, ang objective natin is ma-operate ang Excel sa pag-item analysis. So, depende sa softwares nyo, meron tayong mga item breakdown na pwedeng ma-produce base sa pag-check natin. No? Kung mano-mano kayo mag-check, most likely isa-isa ang iyong pag-indicate kung ilang students ang nakakuha ng tama at ilang students ang na-miss yung item. Sa case ko, I use ZipGrade. I'm not sponsored by ZipGrade as disclaimer, but I use ZipGrade for quite some time and has been very helpful sa pag-item analysis ko. So, here, meron tayong example ng item analysis breakdown. No? So, sa first column, nakalagay yung student number. No? So, student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, student 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, I have 10 students, for example. Then, sa column, sa row heads, the first row head, nandyan yung mga pangalan. So, items over students. So, students yung column, items yung ito sa ibabaw na row. Then, yung itong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are my item numbers, no? Corresponding. So, each column is one item breakdown. And then, yung, sa pinakahuling column, I have to add all of the uh, add all the uh, items got correct. Okay, so for this case, see student 1 is has garnered a point for item 1 and garnered a point for item 5. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so yan yung nasa huli. So this is my breakdown. No? Depende sa kung anong ano ang way nyo ng pag-item analysis or how many items you use. So, madadagdagan to. No? Basta ang usapan, the first column is the students, index nila, no? Kung anong number ang binigay nyo sa kanila. The last column should be the total items got correct. The first row should be the headings. And then, in between the student index and the column for the total score should be the item breakdown. So makikita nyo, ang item breakdown natin is scored as 1 or 0. 1 if the student got it correct, 0 if not. Okay, so dun tayo magpo-focus na your scoring is an absolute 1 or absolute 0. It means that if the student got it correct, you mark it 1. If they got it incorrectly, 0. So walang partial pointing pa. No? Kasi yun yung ginagawa natin sa multiple choice. Below this column or this table, I already attached a guide. Ito yung mga titingnan nating values sa ating calculation. No? So as you can see, the first row gives us the idea of what are the values being looked at. So we have the difficulty index and the discrimination index. And then within this array, we have the decision making on what to do with the item. So there is revise, reject, and retain. Pag retain, ibig sabihin it's an excellent item. Revise, it doesn't mean it is a bad item, but it could be improved. Reject means it's a really bad item. No? So let us run an item analysis. So using real statistics in Excel, paano natin gagawin yon? First, babalikan natin yung natutunan natin sa previous video. We need to access the real statistics dialog box. So, it's either you do Control M or you go dito sa tabs, no? Sa tab sa ibabaw and click Add-ins, click Real Statistics, Data Analysis Tools. Kung hindi po ito lumalabas, ibig sabihin, your add-in is not installed properly. So, go back to the previous video and reinstall it. So, there are two ways to access this. It's through the tab sa ibabaw or you click Control M. Okay, so you have here different tabs. You have descriptive, regression, ANOVA, time series, multivariate, correlation, Bayesian, statistics, and miscellaneous. Where do we find item analysis? We find it here sa correlation. Okay? So makikita ang daming test dito. If you're a statistics geek, this is a very, very interesting add-in. However, our focus is the item analysis. So click natin item analysis. Okay. So sa item analysis, may parts tayo. Input range, 2 checkboxes, discrimination, cutoff, and output range. So unahin muna natin yung input range. Our input range should be the items plus the total. So i-click ko yung input range. So makikita nyo, nagbi-blink yung cursor. Highlight ko mula 1 hanggang total. Dito, sa total na, then drag it up to the last student. So makikita nyo, ang included sa input range should be the test items and their breakdown plus yung total score. Second, makikita nyo is, hinighlight ko kasama yung ulo, yung header row. So, i-click ko yung column headings included with data. Kung gusto nyo lang na ito lang na score, okay lang. But for this practice and simplicity, para ma-follow nyo yung aking instruction at ma-replicate nyo, include the column heading. So, highlighted yung itong first row header, no? Maliban lang sa items and students. And then highlight. Okay. So, click ang column headings. Next, discrimination cutoff. Wag na pong galawin to. This is already a standard statistics value. No? Sa iba, yung ginagawa nila is 0.3. In this case, ginawa 0.27. No? This is actually an approved statistics value. So, do not move it unless you want to do something else. No? Yung max points per item included with data, hindi natin pinansin yan kasi we are not doing partial pointing. So, wag na itong pansinin. Just leave it untick. And then for output range, okay, so you put the address of the output range. So in this case, it's I1. So that is column I, row 1. So I'll make it I1. After that, if you check everything is okay, click OK. Pag click mo ng OK, dapat makita nyo, since we have 5 items, dapat dito rin ay 5 items. Pag nagkulang ng isa, ibig sabihin, pwedeng hindi nyo nasama yung total na column. Okay. So, we have here a very good information for our item analysis. We have the difficulty, which is represented also in the table. And we have discrimination, which is also represented in the table. So, ang gagawin lang naman natin is we have to check the values here if it, we will check the values here, cross over this table if it fits as a good item or not. So, kung ano-mano ang ginagawa nyo, so what you can do is look at this. Look at this. So, difficulty is 0.6. In this case, it's an average item. So, it falls on the range of the average item. But the discrimination is less than 0. It's negative 0.19, as you can see. So, less than 0.10, it's a reject. So, number 1 is a bad item. Number 2 is 0.5, average again. The discrimination is 0.5. So, where does it fall? It becomes a very good item. So, 0.5 and then very good item because greater than 0.40. So, we retain it. We continue. 3 is 0.7. It's an easy item, but it's a 0.4. More than 0.4, 0.42. So, it requests to be revised. So, number 4, 0.6, average item. And then 0.4, so it's retained. It's a very good item. And then last is 5, which is an easy item, but the discrimination is 0.09. So it's a reject. Okay. You can do it that way. No, mano-mano. However, we can also do um, something like conditional formatting in Excel. No, if if we will be asked on the gold standard for difficulty should be an average item, which is this one, right? Kung titingnan natin, it should be an average item. And if it should be the minimum amount that it should be acceptable, it should be at least in this range. So average and reasonably good item, which is between 0.2 and 0.29. So what I will do is I will highlight this section for difficulty and do formatting. So I click home, I'll do conditional formatting, then I'll do highlight cell rules. So let's put between. Let's make this fill with green. No. Yeah, green fill. Okay, let's make it green fill. Okay, so I'll put 0.2. No, that should be 0.2. This is difficulty, should be, yeah, 0.2 to 0.75. And if I click it, so you can see we have already eliminated those that are beyond the ideal difficulty index. So for discrimination, we can also do the same. Do conditional highlighting, click between. So at this 0.2 to 0.29, 0.2 to 0.29. And then let's change this to green. Okay. So as you can see, there are items that are not still acceptable. Okay. So in that case, we can do a secondary check by doing conditional. So we can do the revise for discrimination, which is the yellow one. So the marginal item is this one, 0.1 to 0.19, because these are all revised. So we can do another conditional formatting. So we can check what can we do about the other items if you find it difficult to do it manually. So ang gagawin natin, 0.1 and then 0.19. Gawin natin dilaw. Okay. Check. Okay. So hindi pa rin. Diba? So dito pa lang, meron na kayong idea that there's something wrong in terms of discrimination. Sa difficulty, ayan. Meron na tayong greens and point, it's very easy. And discrimination is here. So, how do we fix items pag ganito na? Sa difficulty, usually pag may problema tayo, you look into how you constructed the item and ask yourself whether you have taught it the same level ba ng language or the same examples ba yung binigay nyo? Should you give another example or another scenario? Sa discrimination naman, this is more likely how you build the multiple choices that you have given. Baka sobrang parehas. Or there are cases na nadodoble yung um, multiple choice na nagiging parehas yung interpretation ng estudyante. So you have to look at it. Or maybe you haven't taught it. Never mo tinuro talaga. No? Kaya nga discrimination. Diba? So, these are considerations you need to think about when you do your items. Anyways, the point of an item analysis is not only to check whether the students learn the lessons you have taught, but also to check your ability to create an excellent test that will fit their abilities and the level of thought that you have introduced to them, especially right now that we are integrating PISA like items. They need to be, that's one factor that we need to integrate in our assessment design, that they should be acclimated so that they don't get um, nervous during exams. As studies have already shown that um, unfamiliarity of items can cause anxiety during exams. Anyways, uh, I will end with that afterthought, and hopefully that you were able to follow with these instructions. In case na nawala kayo, just get back to our videos, and hopefully you may um, conduct your item analysis and enjoy the art of making exams. So thank you very much and see you next time.